There comes a moment in every soul's life when silence becomes heavier than sound, when the laughter of the world fades, when the screens go dark, when the noise inside your chest refuses to quiet down. It is in that moment, when all distractions die, that a heart begins to hear again. And what it hears is the call it had long forgotten. This is the story of a soul that wandered far, a soul that broke every promise, and yet somehow was never forgotten by the one it betrayed. He once stood in the rows of the righteous. He once wept in the night whispering, Ya Allah, as tears stained the prayer mat. But over time, life changed. He grew busy, proud, distracted. The sweetness of faith he once tasted was replaced by the bitterness of sin, and the warmth of sujud turned cold. At first it was small, a prayer delayed here, a glance unchecked there. But sin is like a seed. If left to grow, it becomes a forest that blocks out the light. Soon, his heart was covered in darkness, and his tongue, once fluent in dhikr, now stumbled even to say, Astaghfirullah. Yet, deep inside, something still whispered. Late at night, when the world slept, and his own laughter could no longer hide the ache in his chest, he would stare at the ceiling and think, will Allah ever forgive me? Will He ever look at me again? And then the whisper would come, soft, familiar, merciful. قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ. Say, O my servants who have transgressed against themselves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. He would blink, tears stinging his eyes, because he knew that verse was for him. He, the one who had transgressed, he, the one who ran too far. And yet Allah still called him my servant. My brother, my sister, understand this. No matter how far you've gone, Allah still calls you His servant. He doesn't say, O sinners, or O disbelievers. He says, O my servants, because even in your sin, you belong to Him. But he didn't understand that yet. He thought repentance was for the pure, not for people like him. Subscribe to Deen Minder's channel for more amazing Islamic motivational stories.